Hi everybody, it's Kristin, and as promised, I have a review for you today on the Giorgio Armani Maestro Eraser Concealer. This, I bought mine at Nordstrom's, and I think you can buy it obviously anywhere Giorgio Armani is sold. And this sells for $40. The shades that it comes in range from 2 up into, let me just double check, up to 4. And there is a 2.5 and a 4.5. There's not a 3.5, but it goes from 2 to 5. And what's funny is that when I was applying it earlier today, or a little bit ago, when I was doing the demo, which I'll show you in a second, I said I probably could have gone with 1. Yeah, there is no 1. So there you go. I thought that there was, but apparently I'm crazy in the head. So the shades range, like I said, from 2 to 5, and there are 6 shades because there's a 2.5 and a 4.5. And I'm just going to read you quickly from the website what it says. It says, a new hybrid concealer category combining skincare and makeup with an incomparable fine texture. A therapeutic and illuminating concealer that instantly brightens the eye area, gradually fades away the tone of dark circles, and moisturizes eyelids to enhance the eyes and radiance of face. The eye area glows and the complexion's natural radiance is revealed. And it does say after 2 months, you know, unquestionable dark circles are reduced and that sort of thing. So it is intended to be used all over the eye area, not just under your eyes. But I just use it under my eyes. Excuse me. Because I have such weird eyelids that do such strange things that's just what works for me. So let's just start out with saying I love this product. I did miss it during Drugstore December. I do have some other things that will work, but the texture of this is so unique, and how it applies to your skin and sits on your skin and keeps it moisturized throughout the day. It's just very, very unique. There are a few downsides to it as far as the packaging, not to the product. It's a little bit of the packaging. But I'm going to go ahead and insert the clip here of me putting it on this morning for you, and then I'll come back and talk about it a little bit more. So I already have my foundation on for, in case you're curious, for primer today I used the Rimmel Fix and Perfect because I'm wanting to use that up. And then I also have on my L'Oreal True Match and N2, also using that up. Okay, so when I ordered this originally, I was sent the wrong number, and it's one of my things for 2013 to try to be better about returning things, but excuse me, I just called and ordered the right one. It's dumb, I know, it's like, it's expensive. I'll already have said how much it is. At any rate, so I have 2 and I have 3. So 2 I will use under my eyes, which is what it is intended for, but I do like using 3 on the blemishes on my face. So just for the sake of showing you guys that, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So I store these like this because I actually, well, we'll talk about that in a minute. Getting ahead of myself. So I just put a little bit out on my finger like that. And I'm just going to put it on my, and I do this. You guys know that I set just about everything with the Laura Mercier Loose Minerals. We've talked about that before. So I am just dotting this on there. And this probably is even still a little bit dark, I gotta say. But because of the formula, I like how especially blemishes that are healing, I kind of like that. Because it's got good stuff in there and it seems to help them heal faster. Okay, so that was the 3. The one that I use under my eyes, and I'm going to turn this so I'm facing you a little bit more. The one then that I use under my eyes is number 2. And I probably could get away with using number 1 as well, but I think number 2 does just as well. And I do like to do this with my finger versus a brush. So I have just put some out on my finger. I always take more than I need to, which is bad because it's expensive. And then I just kind of, I start in the inner corner and just dot my way out. I do one side at a time. I don't know that you have to, but I do. And then I know you're supposed to use this finger, but because there's extra product on that one, I usually switch to my pinky and just kind of rub it in. And I just pat it until it looks like it's nicely blended. Then hopefully you guys can see the difference from this one to this one. Let's hope so. I'm spending a whole lot of money on nothing. But it brightens it up and it covers up, like, you know, you can, well, you'll see in a minute. So you can see that I have this kind of veining here and this darkness here. So I'm going to take some of the excess off of this and start in the inner corner. And this one I really make sure that I pull some of that product out because of that weird little vein I got going on out there. Apparently I can't talk and, look, I'm using my middle finger now. Apparently I can't talk and do this at the same time. Put a little bit more on and out there. I don't know. I think you can use whatever finger you want as long as you're not like under your under eyes. And I find I don't have to set this with anything. It's just a great product. So that's what it looks like. Hopefully you guys can see the difference, the before and the after. If I was tricky and could do a before and after, I would, but I'm not that tricky. So you can see that it gives very, very good coverage under your eyes, and that I like. I don't have really deep dark circles by any means, but I do have, as you saw, some dark circles on the inner, and then I have that kind of vein out there that you can plainly see when I don't have anything on, and it really does cover that as well. This it really seems to moisturize throughout the day, and you absolutely could put a little bit of a powder over this. Like I have tried my e.l.f. Complexion Perfection, which is what I use to set my under eye concealer, over top of that, and it gives even more coverage and doesn't get cakey at all. So some days when I've had a little bit darker circle, that the combination of those two, I realize one's $40 and one's $3, but it works. I really enjoyed that as well. I probably should have demoed that for you, but I don't have that bad of under eyes right now. So I really enjoy this product. I think you need 2 of them like I have? No, but I'm a dork and I don't return things. I'm working on it. But I really do like what number 2 does for me under my eyes. And again, when I take the number 3 and put it on a blemish that is healing, you know how it kind of gets a little bit flaky around it? This will fix that in a couple of days. I found that out when I went back to using these after Drugstore December was over. So I do have concealers in my collection that are partway through that I'm going to try to be using. I'm kind of doing a little Project 10 pan. But yeah, I like these, and I will probably use these once those are finished. Okay, a couple of negatives about this product. Not even a couple. There's one negative, only one negative, and that is in the packaging. See that? That drives me crazy. And I even store these like this in a little cup here. I don't store them down like this. And I can wipe this off, and then it will be like that again. And I just don't understand how it does that when I have the cap on very tight. And I bet you if I take off the cap on my number 2, yep, it's the exact same. It drives me crazy. I hate things that are messy. So this is a little bit messy in application. I've not figured out a way to not have that happen. So that really probably is my only negative to the product, is the way that gets all messy. So it's not, I don't know if it's a function of the particular spout, the cap. It's not the packaging overall, because I definitely prefer you know, a spout, kind of this kind of tube packaging, to one that you turn down and pull out. I just think this is a little more sanitary, but I don't appreciate that particular cap. And I think that if you're a makeup artist using these, it would probably get kind of messy in your kit. I don't know, just my thought, because you definitely can't depot these into something else, because they're pretty runny and liquidy. I do also want to just show you the 2 colors, and I'll show you the consistency. I'm going to try before it runs. So that is number 2 and that is number 3. I'll blend them a little so you can see. So those are the shades. So if you have any questions, I hope that this was helpful to you. I don't know what more to tell you aside from it really, really works, and I've never found a product similar to this. It is very unique in texture, application, longevity, what it does over time. I don't have bad enough dark under eye circles to notice that it made it go away over time, but I did use it for a month, and I will tell you that during Drugstore December, I felt like my under eyes got dry towards the end of the month, and I didn't really put two and two together until I started using this again. So that's just my 2 cents on that. I feel like that wasn't maybe the best review ever, but I wanted to give you guys the information that I had on this as far as my personal use, and I used these for, I don't know, probably 2-3 months before I went on Drugstore December. 2 months before I did Drugstore December. So I feel like I definitely have some information to share. So if you have any questions, go ahead and leave them below. If I missed something, please let me know. I'll be happy to get back to you on that. Thank you so much for watching. If you don't want to see what's on my face, and if you do, I will run it down for you. On my eyes today, I'm working on a 4 Looks 1 palette for you guys with the Naked 2. That'll probably be up next week sometime. So this is look 2 of that. For blush today, I am using my MAC Dainty, or I used my MAC Dainty. On my lips today, I have the Boldly Bare lip liner from MAC. I have Wet n Wild 901B, just like that. And then MAC Underage lip gloss over top of that. I think that ought to cover it. So thank you guys so much for watching. Any questions, list them below, and I will talk to you very soon. Bye!